Hi again, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper. I just finished today's antique junk journal. I really love it. And again, I've got one of these gorgeous, gorgeous antique postcards. This one is from 1904. It's absolutely beautiful. It is super embossed. I know the camera can't quite pick it up, but you should see the detailed emboss work on here. It's magnificent, and I get a lot of requests for pansies. They're just one of the most timeless, beautiful flowers there are. So we've got the pansy postcard, and up here in the corner, I've added this vintage brooch. Now it still has its rhinestone. Wouldn't it be hilarious if that was a diamond? Don't tell me if it is. This little rhinestone, and there's still one little amethyst left in there. See there? So it's very beautiful, even though it has been through the ringer. I just love that about it. And then I've added ribbons that match the pansies, and I've got some vintage doilies on there as well, and I put some white cotton on the back. The book is from 1938, Gateways to Bookland, and I will show you every single authentic antique and vintage page in here, and all of the inserts that are so much fun, all original little pieces of history and treasures from days gone by. The original first page of the book is here, 1938, and I added the first chapter page to this side. And then I've got this gorgeous early 1900s botanical page with trees and their leaves and sprigs. Now in this triple pocket here, I've got this wonderful 1895 page here. This is from the Young Companion. And look at this beautiful, look at that. An advertisement for handmade tables. And then this wonderful Ovaltine ad. I had no idea Ovaltine was that old. I think it's wonderful. Of course, this one is kind of a, not a drug, but maybe a type of medication. Now this here is a wonderful envelope from 1905. Look at that, 120 years old. And I just love the script on there. They used their envelope, obviously, to write little notes. We've got the 2-cent American stamp there with George Washington. And I love this. It just says cottage. Isn't that great? Cottage. And then some postmarks on the back. It's just beautiful. This is not the original letter. It didn't come with an original letter, but this is an 1893 hand-typed research page, and it just happened to fit in here. But you can tuck anything in there. I just think it is such a treasure. I won't fight with that right now. And a 1938 Lynch card. I can change that number out to a number that's maybe more special to you. And these are just little 1965 probe cards. And again, I can change the letters on there for you. I added this blue jay feather here and a little sparrow feather because the name of the page is A Feather Falls. So I thought that was appropriate. Little children's book page here, vintage. This is from a 1956 Stars book, and I just really thought it was beautiful. I love the graphics and the black space. 1955 stamp collector's book page here, and this is a little vintage wool crest button card, and the buttons have long since been pulled off, but you can have fun with that and even journal on it, make a little tag out of it. This is some graph paper here, and this is a gorgeous antique plate from a history book. Actually, no, I'm wrong. It's from a history of art book, and I just love that sculpture there. This is from a 1920s word game for children, educational word game. Go fast. I'm trying. I just made this little journaling booklet here from my antique book cut-offs. Just a fun little children's book image there. Look at this little guy upside down, popping all the bubbles. That's from 1920 there. And over here I have this really cool, a really different kind of paper. It's almost a glossy paper. It's really cool. I don't know how to describe it. But look at this hilarious little Christmas card, the little piggy there. Look at all these images. I just love it. And you can open it right up and journal inside if you like, but it's an awful lot of fun. You can even reuse it, send it to somebody wonderful. Everybody's at work on a Merry Christmas. Aw. Maple Grove 1950s receipt there. And then this is another educational sticker book for children, a mix and match. And this is all made into a quad pocket that I made from a vintage recipe book page. And this is a vintage card. I just love the way it's discolored. 9 of clubs. And a 1950s bingo card. I love it. You do all kinds of fun stuff with that. And then this really great 1800s Burns poetical works there. And then I've got a little pocket here using the interior spine of a book, antique book, and a little antique transit ticket from England there. Vintage botanical book page. And I did some hand stamping. That is the interior of a book. I love the texture. There's a little butterfly from antique paper. This is 1927, my bookhouse page. Look at this, isn't that wonderful? Making maple syrup in the forest. And then this is an English image here, a little English plate, early 1900s as well. And another wonderful shorthand page. Love it. There's the word and there's the little symbol for it. It's really cool. Shorthand was a brilliant invention. long gone. This is from 1933. You can see up here, and it's a great advertisement for brunettes. How about that, for a shampoo just for brunettes? And this I made out of a box of playing cards, vintage playing cards. It's still got the gold foil and the velvet on there. Just added some journaling space down here. Another handwritten thesis page from the early 1900s. Another vintage botanical page. Look how beautiful that is, that little side garden. And this came from 1950s Wildflowers of America book. Look at that, isn't that wonderful? Isn't that pretty there? And it's crocuses. This is another one of these, one of the last ones, the wonderful collar supports. And you can see there, that's where the woman would have placed them behind the lace collar to give it support and stiffness so it would stand upward instead of flopping downward. Now this is very cool, from 1956, I believe. Hollywood Previews. And look at these amazing fashions. Look at them, just fabulous, so typical. And then we've got Bill Haley and his Comets. And if you don't know who Bill Haley and his Comets are, look it up. They were awesome. And then the words to some wonderful, wonderful songs there. This is a treasure, this piece here. A lot of fun. Hard to give up, but it's time for somebody else to enjoy it. That's the cover of a book that didn't quite make it. And this is a great plate from the 1960s art book. And this here is an 85-year-old postcard. Looks like it was made yesterday. It's absolutely beautiful. That is Palm Beach. And yeah, 1940. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. And then this is from an antique book. This is a little map. It's that great Prevailing Winds. Just really like, I love world maps. You can do a lot with them. Here is an early 1900s, pre-1905 postcard, and you can see the way that it was developed, or the way it was printed. It's got this beautiful silver iridescence to it. Gorgeous. And it was never sent, probably bought as a souvenir. Now this is from that 1951 diary that I've used several times. And on this page, on July 28th, a mother wrote the weight of her baby and the different feedings and what the baby ate. It's just really interesting. I think we still do that to this day with new babies. This is the spine of a book, children's book. This is a fun cluster page I made. This is another vintage Birds of North America page from the 70s, that one. A vintage map here from the 60s. And this is a 100-year-old exercise book page for children, super condition. Just another fun cluster here. And this is on a 1951 yearbook. And these are all the names of the patrons. Now this is a spine of a gorgeous book, Mildred's Boys and Girls. The cover was totally destroyed, but the spine was beautiful. So it's now a belly band. And then I just pulled this out of a 1932 Paris, France Almanac book. And I just loved that image there of these two on the couch. And let me put that in there. And over here, I've got another botanical page there. And just a really sweet little children's exercise book page from the 50s. This one is with journaling spot on the back. And another journaling spot here. That is a gorgeous little image from a vintage book, I believe from the 40s. More children's pages there, more vintage maps. That's from 1937, workbook on bookkeeping. And look at this wonderful 1949 photograph. Look at the bathing suit. Isn't she wonderful? The little lawn chair, they still look like that at the beach. I love it. I just love it. That just makes me so happy. And then this is beautiful. It's almost like an onion paper, 1904 down here. Oxford Book of English Verse. And there's 2 pages here. I wanted them to stay together. You can't try hard enough to make it look that aged. And that is all natural aging. I think it's wonderful. You can either journal on it or use it for collaging or more of your own different clusters. I've got some antique stamps up here and another fun children's book page here. It looks like that's a little Boy Scout there. Got a little monkey. Butterflies. This is from 1856. That is another one of these fantastic school architecture. And this is how they would have recommended building desks. Look at that. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, I just love that so much. It makes me so happy. And then this is another early 1900s plate. Let's get it open. I can do it. Look at how pretty these photographs are. Just beautiful. There's locusts. We've got cockspur thorn there. Just lovely. And I love this pocket here. The name of the title of that book was A Friend in Need. Isn't that beautiful? It takes so long for you to go through the journals and find all these little hidden treasures throughout. That's just, of course, the Arc de Triomphe in Paris from an antique book. This is an antique song sheet. Then You'll Remember Me, which is great for a journal, right? And this is from 1887 Chatterbox. Look at this wonderful mother here, or woman, playing a game with kids at what looks like it might be a fair. And then there's toys there to be won. Just beautiful. I love that plum color, too, that they used. This here is just a really sweet little song sheet, little hymn, and I love the graphics. And then this is a 1940s children's book page made into a pocket as well. Wait for the Wagon, another one of these great how to make school desks. This would have been a teacher's desk here. The Key to Yesterday, children's book page, there's a teacher there. And that's the end. I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. Hyperstamper.etsy.com. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a comment, and come back soon. Bye for now.